Roxana Hernandez is a trans woman who was a migrant from Honduras. And I want to talk a little bit about, if you'll hear it, about the country of Honduras and what it's been like for people who've been living there for the last decade. So there was a democratically elected progressive president named Zelaya, and he was ousted in a right-wing coup that was supported by the U.S. government. So now there's a right-winger in office who is in league with people who are causing the turmoil in communities that's making people have to migrate in the first place.
That's right.
So I just want to be really clear about what I'm saying. The United States government helped to overthrow a democratically elected leader, Manuel Zelaya, in Honduras 10 years ago. And that was before Trump.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That was under Obama. So it's not just the nightmare that we're all living under that's got you all crying, and I'm crying with you, and make people see your tears. That's what's got you so messed up. The fear is setting in. The darkness is falling. The fascist creep is setting in. And it's got a face, and it's orange. And it's got a lot of support in this town. So that's why you're scared, because you know that your local police department is in league with these people. So you're scared. You're scared. Okay? So cops and clan. Cops and clan. Cops and clan. This is the heritage of this country. This is what the USA is really all about. The people that flag has killed. So you can't wave it. And you can't tell people that the flag is suddenly progressive because you're progressive and you're holding it. So that means that the very foundations of this country, you hear it all the time, but people say it so often that it loses its effect. When people say that this country was built on slavery and genocide, it tends to be something that you hear and you throw away, but don't throw it away. Grab onto it and really think about what that means. Because the fascist creep that's making you all scared, and I'm glad that it's making you scared. I'm happy to see your fear, because the same thing has been happening to people, and they've been having to live under it since the inception of this country. This land doesn't belong to the United States of America. The people who are supporting the president now, they are just reaffirming what they already know is true. And I just want to say what's true, because they know it too. And they like it. They say, when we talk about decolonization, when we talk about respecting indigenous sovereignty and indigenous people, they hear that and they say, but this land wasn't stolen, it was conquered. They're proud of it. It's their heritage. They are very proud to say that my white ancestors conquered the savages that were here before. And we're happy to sit on the land and continue to occupy it and to raise the flag and to make everyone else say that this thing is okay. It is okay if you're hearing some of what I'm saying and it sounds scary and you don't want to believe it and you want to think that if we just get one more progressive in the legislature, then maybe they'll turn things around. I doubt it. I doubt it. People are being stymied. Some of the most progressive people that are in elected positions are being stymied by the establishment, even on the progressive side of the aisle that they tell us about every day. They are being squashed so that when someone who is in elected office says abolish ICE, support Occupy ICE, support strikes against ICE, and then they get thwarted by their own people that are working with them in Congress, in the Senate, in City Council. And they say, see, your language is divisive. When people talk like I'm talking, they say you're being divisive. I'm saying I'm recognizing the divide. So, even when they get in office, they get stymied because they're outnumbered. Because as this is not a surprise to you, but it's because you can buy your way into a seat and call yourself a representative and never represent the people who you're elected to serve. That's business as usual. That's what you get when your country's built on slavery and genocide, and when you conduct wars abroad, and when you hurt people that are in other countries like Honduras, and you remove their democratically elected leaders. And it's not just there. It's happened all over the place. It continues to happen today. That the United States decides that a leader in another part of the country is not aligned with their views economically or militarily, geostrategically, so they just knock them off and install a dictator. And then tell us that this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is not the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is the land of terrorism itself, because it was founded on terrorizing the people who are already here. But this is reality. So it's going to take an escalation. I'm so glad that there are so many people who are here and who care. And I'm letting you know that when these things escalate, when people take more bold action than a candlelight vigil, it's going to be very important for you to remember why you're still in the fight. You're not in the fight because you like the way people fight. You're in the fight because you don't like the atrocities that are happening in the world. So when a group, and when some groups step up the resistance, and it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, sure, I'm not saying you have to jump in or else you're a bad person. But what I'm saying is, when the narrative begins to get weaved, that the bad protesters are doing the bad thing, and you want to be doing the good thing, and you want to be peaceful, you should continue to have as many events that happen the way that you want them. But these things are going to have to escalate. It's going to take strike action.
Right.
It's going to mean people are not going to go to work until the camps are closed. And these things are going to actually be shut down. And yes, this is a demonstration, but it's going to have to escalate from the point of demonstration. And I would challenge you all to think very clearly about how the narratives are weaved about the people who are resisting. Because all we have is our bodies. We're not wealthy. We can't buy what we want out of this society. We're just living under it. So I just want people to feel encouraged. And I'll just leave you with saying another word about Roxana Hernandez, just in case you want to tell the story to your friends and family, and you should. If you know Hernandez is a trans woman who's HIV positive, and she died in one of the camps. And she told her guards that she was sick, that she's HIV positive, and she's afraid that she's going to die. And they let her die. And now people want to get justice. And the organization that's leading it is named Familia. Familia Queer Trans Liberation Movement. I'm a member. And this is a national campaign, and it's just one small part of the larger fight against abolishing ICE. And I just want people to remember the importance of that. That yes, it is wholesome families, moms, dads, cute kids that need to be able to be together again. But even the people who come from these countries who are like the lowest of the low, you know, like trans women, like sex workers, like people who don't have family, who are like the bad people. We have to be careful about how we think about each other, because just because you have to get down on your knees and beg a man to give you what you need to keep living doesn't mean that you're not worthy of life.
That's right.
and tell other people the reason why they come here is because the United States of America has made it so bad where they live that they have to get away. And they're being forced into a trap. And the trap is ICE, and we have to abolish it. Thank you for taking time to try to contribute to it.
All of those